Alright, so let's get one thing straight from the jump. I am not a superstitious person. Like, at all. I don't believe in horoscopes, Gemini, Virgo, whatever. Doesn't mean anything to me. I don't read my daily fortune cookie. I don't knock on wood. I don't avoid black cats. If I walk under a ladder, it's probably because I'm trying to get to the other side, and that ladder just happened to be in the way. I'm a rational guy, you know? I believe in hard work, a little bit of luck, and mostly just showing up. But then there's New Year's Eve. And suddenly, all that rationality, poof, gone. Vanished into thin air like my motivation to go to the gym on January 2nd. It's like a switch flips in my brain, and I become this desperate, ritual-performing lunatic, all in the name of just in case. Because what if there's a tiny, microscopic chance that jumping 7 waves actually does bring good luck? What if wearing yellow underwear does magically fill my bank account? And if I don't do it, and the year sucks, whose fault is it then? Mine or the ocean's? I mean, I'm not taking that risk. No way. So, last New Year's Eve, I found myself a perfectly sane 25-year-old man, standing on a crowded beach, shivering my butt off. The air was crisp, the ocean was, well, it was the Atlantic in December, so it was basically liquid ice. But there I was, surrounded by hundreds of other equally desperate, slightly tipsy people, all waiting for the clock to strike midnight. My first mission, the 7 waves. You gotta jump 7 waves, right? Each one for a wish. I mean, I don't even have 7 distinct wishes. Okay, it's usually just more money, less stress, and please don't let me choke on grapes later. But you gotta do it. So, the countdown hits 0. Fireworks explode, and everyone rushes into the freezing water. I plunge in, gasping. The shock is immediate. It's like 1,000 tiny needles piercing every inch of my skin. My brain screams, "What are you doing, idiot?" But my body, fueled by irrational hope, just keeps going. 1 wave, 2 waves. My teeth are chattering so hard I can barely form a wish. 3 waves, 4 waves. I'm pretty sure I swallowed half the ocean. My wishes are getting less specific now. Please don't get hypothermia. Please let me find my flip-flops. 5 waves, 6 waves. By the 7th wave, I'm pretty sure I wished for a hot shower and a blanket. I stumble out, soaked and freezing, feeling vaguely triumphant. Like I've just conquered Everest, when all I really did was splash around in the cold for 2 minutes. But hey, 7 wishes, right? Just in case. Next up, the wardrobe, specifically the underwear. Yellow, for money. Always yellow. Finding yellow underwear isn't always easy, especially if you're a guy. It's not exactly a staple color. So, I spent the afternoon before New Year's Eve on a frantic scavenger hunt, finally locating a pair that looked less like a highlighter and more like a faded banana. They were not comfortable, but again, just in case, I squeezed into them, feeling a slight itch, but telling myself it was the feeling of prosperity already kicking in. Or maybe it was just the cheap fabric. Who knows? And then the pomegranate seeds. Oh, the pomegranate seeds. You've got to save 7 of them in your wallet, right? For abundance? So, after dinner, while everyone else is laughing and chatting, I'm in the corner, meticulously dissecting a pomegranate, trying to extract exactly 7 perfect, unblemished seeds. It's a messy business. My hands are stained red, seeds are flying everywhere, and I probably look like a mad scientist performing a strange fruit autopsy. I carefully wrap the chosen 7 in a napkin, then gingerly tuck them into my wallet, right next to my driver's license and a crumpled receipt from 3 months ago. My wallet is basically a good luck charm graveyard at this point. A 4-leaf clover I found in 5th grade, a rusty coin someone told me was lucky, and now sticky pomegranate seeds. All for just in case. But the grand finale, the true Olympic event of New Year's superstitions, is the grapes. 12 grapes. 1 for each stroke of midnight. 1 for each month of the year. And you have to eat them all in those 12 seconds while making a wish for each one. It's pure chaos. The countdown begins. 10, 9. Everyone around the table is poised, grapes in hand. 8, 7. I've got my 12 perfect round, slightly slippery grapes ready. 6, 5. My heart is pounding. This is it. This is where the magic happens, or where I choke. 4, 3. I shove the first grape in. It's big. Too big. 2, 1. Happy New Year. And I'm just there, mouth full, eyes watering, trying to chew and swallow 12 grapes in a span of seconds. It's a frantic, desperate, almost violent act. I'm not even tasting them. I'm just shoving them in, one after another, trying to keep up with the mental wishes. Money, health, love. Less anxiety, more sleep. A new car, a better job, world peace, a pet hamster. Did I get 12? Oh God, I think I missed one. Prosperity, prosperity. I'm practically hyperventilating, my cheeks bulging, juice dribbling down my chin. My eyes are darting around, half in panic, half in desperate hope. I can hear people laughing, but it's all muffled by the sheer volume of grapes in my mouth. Finally, at what feels like an eternity later, but was probably only 15 seconds, I managed to swallow the last one. I gasped for air, wiping my mouth, feeling a mix of relief and utter exhaustion. Did I get all 12? Probably. Did I make 12 distinct wishes? Absolutely not. Was it graceful? Definitely not. But I did it. I survived the grape gauntlet. And as I stood there, slightly sticky, slightly out of breath, looking out at the fireworks, a thought hit me. I'm not religious. I don't believe in fate dictated by fruit or underwear. But there's something comforting, I guess, in these rituals. It's like, for one night, you get to outsource all your anxieties about the future to a bunch of arbitrary rules. You do your part. You jump, you wear, you eat, and then, whatever happens, happens. You tried. You gave the universe a fighting chance. My bank account wasn't magically overflowing in July, and I still had my fair share of chaotic moments throughout the year. But you know what? I didn't get hypothermia. I found my flip-flops, and I didn't choke on grapes. So, maybe it worked. Or maybe it's just a silly, messy, utterly human way to kick off a new year. Full of hope and a little bit of self-inflicted chaos. So, tell me, what absurd rituals do you secretly perform just in case? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. See you later.